Hello everyone, welcome to the HR Femme Files.
My name is Kamahara Masilo.
I'm Rusman Daka.
I am Sanamile Mashangu.
And I'm Kamahara Mutupi. So today we're going to explore the science behind happy and productive teams.
Yeah, we're going to be diving into the importance of organizational behavior.
Fuck that.
Okay, so what is organizational behavior,
Okay
guys?
guys, let me give you the tea.
Okay.
So organizational behavior means or showing that how individuals behave or interact around in a workplace.
Okay.
Yeah. And also I'll also share how or why it really matters.
Okay.
Because it also improves satisfaction, performance, or I can say guidance. It is all grouped with sociology and psychology to ensure that there is better performance in that workplace and also innovation.
Okay. So what does it focus on basically? Like the factors?
Okay, the focus, let me say, it focuses on teamwork, conflict resolutions, or I can say human resources. And also their life experiences examples that are given by Google or Southwest. And I've read that which mirrors how organizational behavior develops a positive environment. And lastly, it fuels achievement through employees' productivity and management and also well-being, also enhancement and health. I think they're doing a really good job in shaping the environment. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Oh, by the way, did you know that also motivational theories also shape our environment in the workplace and also human behavior in general, right? Like understanding what drives people is essential for effective leadership and business success, right? So motivational theories provide insight into how employees can be inspired and how behavior is basically shaped, right? So in the workplace, motivation can be explained through several theories, right? Like there's Herzberg, which separates motivators from hygiene factors, and then there's also competence theory, which basically promotes skill development in the workplace, right? Then there's also expectancy theory, which basically connects effort to results. And then the last one that I really like is incentive theory, which basically uses rewards. So that way the employees are motivated to work like more, right? Which increases the productivity in the workplace, right? Also, and then when it comes to human behavior, there's Maslow's model, right? Which basically addresses human needs, and instinct theory, which views motivation as natural. Then there's also drive theory, which basically revolves around internal tensions. And then, so basically applying these principles.
Wait, before you answer that, Nick, I wanted to ask you, what does it really help when you are actually applying all this theories?
Basically.
Yes.
Okay, so applying these principles, right, or theories, let me say, right,
Yes.
helps organizations enhance performance and sustain goals and build resilience within the workplace. And then that also improves the individual's human behavior in general, right? Because then they can also use those theories in their personal lives, right? So which
Exactly.
is so basically that's what motivation theory does in the workplace.
Okay. So I think this goes with how a person should be fit to work in the job environment.
Yes.
Like, as a person, you need to understand why you're working there, if you enjoy it, because if you don't enjoy where you're working, then you won't give it as much as you should or as much as you could.
And then there'll be a very low productivity within the workplace, right? Which is what we don't want.
So this goes hand in hand with person job fit.
Yes, so this is basically like the HR's job to make sure that there's such things that help employees, right, in the workplace to be more productive. So when they are busy with the interviews, right, at the beginning, these are the type of things that they look for in that individual, especially with the whole human behavior thing. Like they look for these type of things to make sure that they employ the right people for the job. Yes.
Okay. So guys, we're about to take a short break, I think, for 2 minutes.
Yes, we need to hydrate, so we'll be back in 2 minutes.
See you just now.
Organizational behavior, or OB, is the study of how individuals, groups, and structures interact within an organization. For managers, understanding these dynamics is crucial because it directly impacts employee performance, job satisfaction, and overall productivity. At the core of OB are three key components: individual behavior, group dynamics, and the organizational structure itself. Individual behavior focuses on how employees' personalities, attitudes, and motivations influence their work. Group dynamics examine how teams collaborate, communicate, and resolve conflicts. And the organizational structure shapes how roles, responsibilities, and authority are distributed within the company. Why is this important for managers? By understanding organizational behavior, you can identify what drives employee motivation, spot inefficiencies, and create a more productive work environment. For example, when managers are aware of different personality types, they can tailor their leadership styles to better engage and motivate their teams. Additionally, understanding group dynamics helps managers facilitate better teamwork and communication, preventing conflict before it escalates. This insight can be invaluable in building stronger, more cohesive teams. Finally, the organizational structure plays a major role in how efficiently work gets done. Managers who understand how structure influences behavior can adapt processes to encourage innovation and agility. In today's workplace, where teams are diverse and often remote, understanding the principles of organizational behavior is more important than ever. It allows managers to make informed decisions, foster a positive work culture, and ultimately improve business performance. In summary, mastering the basics of organizational behavior isn't just about understanding people. It's about using that knowledge to lead more effectively, communicate more clearly, and create an environment where both the business and its employees can thrive.
So, what are the factors that influence perception in the workplace?
Well, the factors that influence perception in the workplace, I'd say it's personal characteristics, organizational culture, communication and feedback. So basically, how people talk within the workspace, and if there's people that are like similar to them, like personal characteristics, like your background, how you see things, how you feel. And then I would say organizational culture, because the type of place that you work in.
Yes.
Do you enjoy the place? Do you like the way they operate? The way it looks? Just everything. Like, do you like that? Do you enjoy that? Because that really affects how you're gonna perceive your work.
Okay, so while we're still on perception, can you tell us more about measuring perception?
Okay, so measuring perception. You can measure it by like taking surveys, interviews, and just like asking questions, because if you measure it, then you can know, okay, how do people feel about work? How do they feel about what they do? And by understanding that and knowing that, you can find ways to improve how they perceive it.
Now I see why you said that perception influences behavior, because after they do the surveys, that's when they can now see which motivational theories they can use, like from that. So that does make sense. Yes, that does make sense.
Okay, so with everything said, Sima, I think what you're saying is that this goes hand in hand with person job fit.
Also, yes.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
Okay, so person job fit basically means matching an individual's skills and requirements to a specific position. Like they have to have learned this. Yeah.
So I'm not really quite sure, but I think I've heard about person organizational fit, and I think it goes hand in hand with person job fit. Can you tell us the difference between those two?
Okay, so like I said, person job fit deals with the individual themselves and how they would fit into an organization. But organization fit works in contrast with it, because it's the extent to which an employee's values correlates with the company. Like their culture and everything that they stand for. How does it go hand in hand with the organization they work for?
And I think you've mentioned something about being in an internship, like in the workspace. Can you tell us more how this two applies according to,
Okay. So with already studying business administration and working or interning in a corporate world, I think I do see person job fit because what I'm studying and the organization I'm working for, they go hand in hand. These are the skills that I'm academically studying, and then in the organization I'm physically taught how to do things, right? And then with organization fit, the organization goes with what I stand for. They do not discriminate. We do not have cultural differences. We don't, we all understand each other. We've had orientation where the organization told us what they expect from us, and we told them what we expect from them. The respect for example, I'm Christian, and I know somebody there isn't Christian, right? But they don't discriminate.
So you
mutual respect.
Yes, basically.
So you're actually telling me that you practice the cultural beliefs and all that in that organization?
Yes, you are allowed. We have a private room where you can do your own stuff, and nobody will be discriminated.
Now I see. I think this is why internship is very important before you start working for the organization, because like you get to see like if it actually like fits your
your skills and your personality and all of that. Yes.
So yes, I think you're making sense. I understand what you're saying.
Okay guys, so guys, this shows how organizational behavior is very important, and the HR department is very crucial in terms of how a person works and their engagement and enjoyment of the company.
Okay guys, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the HRT. Thank you so much for watching the
HR Femme Files.